Allegedly, my DIY water tank on top of my DIY roof rack is extremely dangerous and could kill somebody. So I'm going to take all the feedback from my original DIY rack and remake it so strong it can lift this 3,500 pound Honda CR-V off the ground. But that probably is actually dangerous. But before I started rebuilding it, I wanted to know what the roof rack, cargo carrier, the chairs we put in it, and the big scary water tank full of water weighed. And it all added up to well under the rooftop's 165 pound capacity. Assuming Honda knows its vehicles better than this guy does, the weight of my water tank is totally fine. But what if my roof rack design is bad? Well, currently the rack is made of something called Unistrut. A 3-foot span can hold 300 pounds and 10 feet of it is only 25 bucks. It's pretty easy to cut with a circular saw with a metal cutting blade. And when painted black, looks pretty good. To mount it, I remove 4 plastic doors that each hide 2 of these things that cover up the 8 mounting points on the roof. And I replace those with these couplings that will allow me to bolt everything on. This 1-inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe is placed at each coupling, and a piece of strut sits on that. Then these 6mm bolts attach that to the mounting points on the car. Next is the crossbar that spans between these points, but this is where I think my first design flaw is. Currently the crossbar is positioned off center of the 2 bolts, which is turning one into a fulcrum and then putting an opposite force on the other one, and that's bad. This would be stronger if the bar was in the middle, which is fairly easy to do with these cone nuts. I just didn't do it this way the first time because, as you can see, everything is really close together here and a little hard to work with. But this should make it stronger. But a few people questioned the aesthetics of it, and that's a pretty simple fix. They do make end caps for this strut that you can just buy, but I ended up 3D printing my own strut butt plug things. And now it looks good and is a little stronger. Now the next thing that people questioned is whether or not the PVC pipe pieces are strong enough for this particular application. And I think the answer is yes. Because this specific type of PVC is rated for high pressure applications, and even though this isn't one of the intended applications, I've been using it for the last 3 years with no problems at all. The real problem with the PVC is when a horizontal force is applied, it offers little support to the 2 bolts. So I modeled and printed this, which solves a few problems for me. Most importantly, as you can see in the cut in half version that I printed, it provides a lot more support to the bolts, especially when compared to the old version. But 3D printed parts are not especially known for their strength. So I was worried about the bolt that holds everything on the roof ripping through this part that's just plastic. So I engineered up a testing device using some wood, a cheap winch, and a force gauge. I bolted my part to the bottom of this testing device and got to cranking. I started with a basic PLA print with 25% infill. And that started to break at around 120 kilograms with catastrophic failure at around 180 kilograms. Next was a 100% infill print that started to fail at around 190 kilograms with total failure at around 350 kilograms, which is already strong enough. But now that I knew where the weak points were, I beefed up the model in those places and was able to max out my testing device at over 500 kilograms, which is 1,100 pounds. But I could hear that dude from the beginning saying, if you were a real engineer, you'd know that that's not even the direction that the force would be applied on the bolts and the roof rack. And sure enough, when I turned it to the side, it did break a little bit easier in my testing mechanism. But it did make it to around 320 kilograms of force. So I was happy with the design, but then I remembered that UV light and moisture break down plastic. And this thing's gonna be out in the elements. But luckily I found this filament called ASA, which is better for outdoor use, and there's a super strong glass-filled option, which when printed with 100% infill broke my testing device. And that means that each of these pillars can withstand 1,100 pounds of tensile force. So if you add the strength of all 4 of these up to 4,400 pounds, you could, in theory, lift this entire car up with a crane. Now, I'm not making enough money on this channel to do that, but I'd love to, so like and subscribe. Okay, another common question is whether or not water gets in at the attachment points. I'm not that concerned because the plastic factory covers and their flanged cap nuts aren't sealed, so even though there's a little rust on the attachment bolts, I'm assuming Honda thinks no seal is no big deal. But to protect my printed pillars, I printed these caps that, as a bonus, make it look like a real product. Finally, I could drop the crossbar on there with a few washers and a nylon lock nut. But there was one final question that was by far asked the most, and that was about sound. And unfortunately, it does make some sound. When loaded with our gear, it doesn't make any noise at all, but at highway speeds with nothing on the rack, there is a bit of a sound. The common makeshift solution to stop that is to wrap a bungee cord around it. All that's really doing is creating some turbulence, keeping the bar from humming like a harmonica. But I'm trying to make this look like a real product. My first thought was to make something that slotted into the top. But that didn't really make it quieter, and I'd still have to remove it anytime we put gear on the rack. Then I noticed the teeth on this little fin that pops up when you open your sunroof. So I printed some teeth, and those teeth totally eliminated the sound. I'm sure some people will hate the way these look, but I actually kind of like it. Okay, now that I've spent all this time fixing all these problems with this DIY roof rack, do I still think it's worth making? For me, 100% yes. You can still make the most basic version of this for like 40 bucks with parts you find at most hardware stores, which means if anything breaks while you're on the road, you can easily fix it and even upgrade it with standard parts. And if you wanted to level it up like I've done here, you don't have to go through months of design and wasted plastic, because I'm going to put all the 3D files on Patreon for free. I'm not an expert at anything, but I believe making and sharing imperfect things is how you get better. So you should make something with the skills, tools, and materials you have today and share it, because it will help you get better faster.